Some things in life are simply not meant to be shared. Not because you are hiding wrongdoing, and not because you are trying to be secretive, but because your heart is valuable and not everyone deserves access to it. Think about the world we live in today. People share everything, their pain, their al-amwal, their arguments, their plans. But Islam teaches us something deeper. Silence can be an act of worship, privacy can be a form of protection, and restraint is a sign of true strength. The Prophet taught us that whoever believes in Allah and the last day should either speak good or remain silent. That is not weakness, it is wisdom. There are things you should protect, even from those closest to you. First, never expose your private sins. If Allah has covered your mistakes, why would you uncover them? There is a warning. Those who openly publicize their sins remove the mercy that once covered them. When Allah hides your faults, it is a gift. It is love. Don't turn that protection into a story just to gain attention. Instead, repent quietly, cry sincerely, and fix yourself in private. What is between you and Allah should remain there. Second, be careful with your future plans. Not every dream needs an audience. Even in the story of Prophet Yusuf, he was told not to share his vision with his brothers. Why? Because not everyone celebrates your growth. Some may smile at you, yet struggle within themselves. When you speak too early, you open doors to jealousy, doubt, and negativity. Move quietly. Build silently. Let your results speak for you. Third, guard your marital matters. Your home is sacred. Of course, if there is harm or abuse, you must seek help. Islam never asks you to suffer in silence, but sharing every small disagreement with others slowly damages respect. Words once spoken cannot be taken back. The bond between defeators is meant to protect and cover each other like garments. And garments are not meant to be torn in public. Fourth, protect your acts of worship. Some deeds are most beautiful when only Allah knows about them. Your late night prayers, your silent tears, your hidden charity, these are treasures. When you keep them private, your intention stays pure. When no one praises you, your attitude stays sincere. Be careful of showing off. It enters quietly and can destroy the reward of even the best actions. In the end, this is not about hiding your life. It is about protecting your soul. Not everything needs to be seen. Not everything needs to be said. Some things grow best in silence. The mercy of Allah in covering our faults is one of the greatest gifts we are given, yet many people unknowingly throw that gift away. A person does a good deed and others say, "Mashallah, you are amazing." At first, it feels harmless, but slowly, the heart begins to depend on that praise. And one day, the same good deed is no longer done for Allah. It is done for charity. My dear sister, you do not need the world to know that you pray. My dear brother, you do not need people to know how much you give. It is enough that Allah knows. There is something incredibly powerful about being unknown on earth, but known in the heavens. Imagine the angels recording your hidden prayer. Imagine Allah being pleased with a deed no one else has seen. That is true honor. And then there is something even more delicate, your personal struggles and weaknesses. Not every pain needs an audience. Yes, Islam encourages seeking help. Yes, you should speak to someone wise, someone trustworthy, a counselor or a knowledgeable person when you are overwhelmed. But sharing every fear, every doubt, every internal battle with everyone can sometimes deepen the wound instead of healing it. People are different. Some listen with sincerity, others with curiosity. Some listen and later use your weakness against you. So be wise. The Prophet taught us that a strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than a weak one. though there is goodness in both. Strength does not mean you never cry. It means you choose carefully where you cry. Sometimes your pain is meant to remain between you and Allah. When Yaqub lost his son, he did not deny his grief. He did not pretend to be strong in front of people. Instead, he said that he only complains of his sorrow and grief to Allah. That is real strength, not silence without feeling, but choosing the right listener. Today, many people feel overwhelmed, women feel exhausted, men carry silent burdens. Everyone is speaking, yet very few are finding peace. Because peace does not come from telling everyone everything. Peace comes from knowing who truly deserves access to your heart. Guard your secrets. Guard your dignity. Guard your relationship with Allah. Not everything hidden is shameful. Some things are sacred. When you begin to live this way, something inside you changes. When you stop explaining yourself to everyone, when you stop seeking validation from people who cannot grant you Jannah, your heart becomes steady, it becomes firm, it becomes free, because the less you depend on people, the more you depend on Allah, and that changes everything. Think about the times you shared something deeply personal and later wished you had stayed silent. Think about the moments you trusted someone, opened your heart, and they walked away carelessly with it. We have all been there. You told a friend, you trusted a family member, you posted something in an emotional moment, and later regret settled heavily inside you. This is not about blaming others. It is about protecting yourself. Your heart is not cheap. Allah created it. Allah understands it better than anyone else ever will. He knows even the quiet whispers within your soul. He is closer to you than anyone, closer than your closest companion, closer than your own thoughts. So why do we run to everyone else first? My dear sister, when loneliness surrounds you at night, instead of sending messages that may go unanswered, raise your hands and turn to Allah. My dear brother, when you feel pressure to prove yourself, to explain your life to others, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, who am I trying to please? People change, people misunderstand, people disappoint. But Allah never does. There was a righteous man who used to give charity in complete secrecy. No one knew, not even those closest to him. And when he passed away, the poor began to cry because the one who used to help them had disappeared. Only then did people realize what he had been doing all along. He protected his good deeds so carefully that even his own family was unaware. That is sincerity. We are living in a time where almost everything is shared without hesitation. Meals are shared, emotions are shared, arguments are shared, and even acts of worship are displayed for the world to see. But not everything in your life is meant to be public. Not everything needs an audience. There is a quiet strength in holding certain parts of your life between you and Allah alone. Sometimes your silence is not emptiness, it is protection. Sometimes your privacy is not isolation, it is dignity. Sometimes your patience, held quietly within your chest, carries more weight than 1,000 words spoken out loud. There is a kind of power in not explaining everything, in not responding to every curiosity, in not opening every door of your heart to people who may not understand its value. There is a reason this reminder is so important, especially today, because the more you expose, the more vulnerable your heart becomes. The more you seek validation from people, the more your connection with Allah weakens. There is an unseen danger in constantly needing to be seen. When every good deed is shared, when every struggle is announced, when every moment becomes content, something inside the soul begins to shift. Slowly, quietly, intention changes. What was once done for all alone starts being done for approval. for recognition, for praise. But people were never created to carry your soul. They were never meant to hold your deepest burdens or define your worth. Only Allah can do that. Imagine standing on the day of judgment, completely alone. No audience, no followers, no likes, no comments, no messages, no support system standing beside you. Just you and your record. Just you and Allah. In that moment, none of the attention you received will matter. None of the approval you chased will remain. What will matter is what was sincere, what was hidden, what was done purely for Him. This life is short, far shorter than we realize when we are caught in the noise of it. And because it is short, every choice carries weight. Protect your heart now before regret teaches you the hard way. Protect your intentions before they slowly slip away. Return to a life of quiet sincerity, where your relationship with Allah is not influenced by who is watching. There is something different about a person who learns when to speak and when to remain silent. A person who does not feel the need to explain every decision, justify every action, or share every feeling. That person carries a calmness that cannot be shaken easily. A steadiness that comes from relying on Allah more than people. A peace that is not dependent on being understood by others. It is painful to see how many good people suffer, not because they are weak, but because they trusted the wrong people with the most delicate parts of their hearts. They opened up to ears that were not sincere. They shared with people who listened without care. And the result was not comfort, but regret. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are not broken. You are simply tired. Tired of explaining yourself again and again. Tired of defending your intentions. Tired of being misunderstood by people who never truly tried to understand you. But there is relief in knowing that Allah does not need explanations. He sees what you hide. He understands what you cannot put into words. He knows the tears that fall when no one is around. He knows the strength it takes to smile when you are hurting inside. He knows the thoughts you hold back, the messages you type and erase, the battles you fight within yourself. Nothing about you is hidden from Him, and nothing you go through is meaningless in His sight. Maybe you have made mistakes in the past. Maybe you shared things you now wish you had kept private. Maybe you trusted someone who later betrayed that trust. Maybe you exposed your own faults or allowed others too close to your personal struggles. There is no need to remain trapped in that regret. Allah's mercy is greater than your past. No matter how far you feel, you are never beyond His forgiveness. He calls you back, not with anger, but with mercy. Not with rejection, but with an open door. Instead of running to people to fix how you are seen, turn to Allah to fix what is within you. Close the door, raise your hands, and speak honestly. You do not need perfect words. You do not need a perfect state. Just sincerity, just truth, just a heart that wants to return. And as you seek that closeness, learn to let go of the weight you carry toward others. Forgive those who exposed your secrets. Forgive those who used your weaknesses against you. Forgive those who smiled in front of you, but held envy in their hearts. Not because they deserve it, but because holding on to that pain only burdens you further. Carrying anger drains you. Carrying regret holds you back. But placing your trust in Allah lightens what once felt unbearable. In moments when you feel the urge to share everything, pause. When you feel the need to prove yourself, pause. When you want people to understand you, pause. Ask yourself honestly whether what you are about to do is bringing you closer to Allah or pulling you closer to seeking people's approval. There is nothing wrong with having people in your life. There is nothing wrong with seeking advice or support when needed. But your deepest reliance, your strongest dependence must belong to Allah alone. Because people can change, people can fail you, people can misunderstand you. But Allah never does. He is the one who covers your faults even when you fall short. He is the one who forgives again and again, no matter how many times you return. He is the one who protects you in ways you may never fully see. If He shields you, no one can truly expose you. If He forgives you, no one's judgment can harm you. If He supports you, no one's rejection can break you. Your worth is not measured by how much of your life you reveal. Your strength is not proven by how open you are with everyone. True strength lies in your connection with Allah. True dignity lies in knowing what to protect. True peace lies in knowing where to turn when everything feels heavy. There is a unique beauty in a quiet heart that is deeply connected to its Creator. A heart that does not seek attention, but seeks acceptance from Allah. A heart that finds comfort not in being known by people, but in being known by the one who created it. So return to Him, even if you feel distant, even if you feel unworthy, even if you believe you have made too many mistakes. He is still there, waiting for you to come back. The more you learn to guard your tongue, the more you learn to protect your secrets, and the more you learn to protect your heart, the more you will begin to notice a quiet transformation within yourself. It will not be loud or dramatic. It will be subtle, steady, and deeply calming. You will feel a sense of purity returning, a sense of stability that was once lost in the noise of constant sharing and constant explaining. It will feel like coming back to something familiar, something safe. It will feel like returning to the one who never left you. Because this is not just about keeping things private. It is not just about silence or secrecy. It is about protecting your soul from unnecessary exposure, from emotional exhaustion, from the weight of seeking validation from people who were never meant to carry your inner world. This reminder comes from a place of sincere care. It is a warning, but also a mercy, a reminder so that one day you do not stand before Allah filled with regret, wishing you had spoken less, wishing you had trusted Him more, wishing you had kept certain parts of your life sacred between you and Him. The world around you is loud. Everything pushes you to speak, to share, to reveal, to explain. Opinions come from every direction. Social pressure builds quietly until it feels normal to expose everything. But Islam teaches balance. It teaches that not everything hidden is harmful, and not everything spoken is wise. True strength is not found in how much you say. It is found in knowing when to remain silent. It is found in discipline, in restraint, in choosing your words carefully and your moments wisely. Protect your sins by turning back to Allah instead of announcing them. Protect your plans by being patient instead of seeking early approval. Protect your marriage by honoring its privacy and dignity. Protect your worship by keeping it sincere and away from showing off. Protect your struggles by sharing them only with those who are truly trustworthy and capable of helping. And above all, protect your heart by placing your trust in Allah. Because when you guard these parts of your life, you are not limiting yourself. You are strengthening your connection with your Creator. And when that connection becomes strong, everything else becomes lighter. Even when life becomes difficult, even when things around you begin to shake, you will not collapse. You may feel pain, you may struggle, you may have moments of weakness, but you will not break completely because your foundation is not people, it is Allah. Take something practical from this. Let it change how you move through your day. Before you speak, pause. Before you post something, pause. Before you share something personal, pause. Ask yourself honestly whether what you are about to say will bring you closer to Allah or further away. Ask yourself whether it will bring peace or leave behind regret. If it brings regret, keep it within and take it to Allah instead. Speak to Him in private. Let your connection with Him grow deeper. Let your supplications become more sincere. Let your repentance become more real. Let your most beautiful moments be the ones that no one else sees. And if you feel like you have already shared too much in the past, do not let that thought drown you in guilt. You are not defined by what you did yesterday. You are defined by the direction you choose today. Turn the page. Begin again. Allah is not counting how many times you fell. He is looking at whether you are returning to Him. You are stronger than you think. Even if you feel tired, you are more capable than you believe. Even if you feel unsure, do not let the world convince you that exposing everything is a sign of strength. Real strength is self-control. Real honor is modesty. Real peace is found in closeness to Allah. May Allah protect your secrets and cover your faults. May He purify your intentions and heal your heart. May He guide your words so that you speak when it is beneficial and remain silent when it is wiser. Walk with dignity, speak with purpose, trust carefully, and rely completely on Allah. And always remember, not everything in your life is meant for everyone.